Hi guys, in this video I'm going to continue with my left side navigation menu example or navigation drawer, and this is video number 2. In video number 1 I have created this very simple example which is basically 3 very simple views: left side view, right side view, and the center view controller. And I have also downloaded and installed MMDrawerController, which is the drawer, navigation drawer itself. It does the heavy duty job of sliding menus, and I've integrated my views into this navigation drawer and added these 2 buttons to make it work and swipe like this. Okay, so in this video I'm going to create I'm going to enhance left side and put a table view to make it to let you tap and switch between views. Okay, so let's go ahead and do just that. So I'm going to main storyboard, and what I need, I'm going to work with a left side view controller. I don't need this label anymore, and what I will do, I will actually add image view, because sometimes there's a profile picture, and I will just make it. I will lead the status bar, navigation bar visible. We'll make a size of my picture 35 by 35. No, that's too small. 55. Yeah, that's about it. I'll put a label. And in the label you can have first name or last name. I'll put my name. Okay, and I will need table view. Put it here. And for my table view I will need one property cell, prototype cell. I mean. Okay, so image view. I don't have any images, but on my desktop I should have one picture somewhere. Yeah, here. So I will let me create a new group and name it images, and drag my picture here. Copy items if needed. Okay, so it's Facebook profile picture. I'll click here, and I have only one picture, so it should be in the list of my image view. Okay, the picture is there, but it's a little bit distorted. So what I want to do, I selected the picture and I'm going to use aspect fit. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so I have a picture, I have my name, and I have a table view. I can run it and see if it looks different. Okay, very well, it's working. So I have table view, I have picture, and I have a label. Now let's go and add actually our well, normally in table view you don't use table cells as they are, and you customize them. So let me customize my table cell. It will be a table view with custom table cell. So I will need a label. I will drag a label, and this will be my menu item. And next to label you can put for example an icon. Well, once it's a custom cell, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and so let's go and create a custom cell. I will click on my main group and then say new file, go iOS source, code touch, next, and from the subclass list of subclasses I want to find UI table view cell, and I will call it my custom table view cell. That's fine. Next. Okay, my cell is created. I want to go back to main storyboard, select my view controller, and then I will open up document outline, and in the document outline I want to go down here and find my table cell. This is it. So table cell. To my table cell I want to assign, in the identity inspector, I want to assign a custom class which I have just created, and that is my custom table cell. Okay, and then I will switch to attributes inspector and give it identifier. It can be anything, but I'll call it my cell. My cell identifier is my cell. Okay, and then what I want to do, I want to hide my right side panel and open assistant editor, and in the assistant editor I will go into manual, navigation drawer, and find my custom table view cell. Okay, here it is, custom table view cell. And in my custom table view cell I want to connect this label that I've just created. I want to create an outlet. I'll create it at the top, and I will call it menu item label. Menu item label. Okay, so we have a table with the custom cell, and that custom cell has a label, but you can add icons and you can add other labels to it. It should work. So let's go back to our left side view controller, and in assistant editor I will open the left side view controller, which is responsible for that, and start putting code that will make this table view work. Okay, so for table view to work, we need a couple of protocols to be added next to our view controller, and one of them is table data source, and it's called UI table view data source, and another one is UI table view delegate. UI table view delegate. Okay, so these are two protocols that are needed to make what's going on? Editor functionality temporarily limited. Oops. Okay, let's continue. A table view. So these are the protocols. That each of them has functions that need to be implemented. Some of them are optional, and some of them are not. If I click on table view data source, there are a couple of functions that are needed to be implemented, and these are the ones that this talk about. Number of rows in section, and cell forward index path. So I'll grab these two and I will copy them here. I don't need this, and number of rows in section will mean to us is how many menu items do we want to have. And because this is just an example. I will create a few, and I will call them menu items. I will create an array of an array of strings. Oops. An array of string, and inside of this array I will put about, and I will actually need to go home, so I'll put main view controller, and I'll put about page, and you can put others like logout and other menu items. And so a number of rows in section will basically return an integer, which is a count of our menu items. So if we have menu items, if we have 5 items in our array, this one will return 5, and we should have 5 menu items in our table view. And the second one, a cell for row at index path, should return a table view cell. And so let's go ahead and implement the code. So first of all, I have this table view, and I can reference it to this one table view. I can reference it to get access to my custom cell, and I will use the reusable cell with identifier. And I remember I have created an identifier. I have selected with identifier for index path, this one. And I remember I created an identifier which is called my cell, and index path, we have it here as a parameter. So this one will return a cell my cell, but because it is a custom cell, we need to cast it to our custom class, my custom cell. I think I've called it my custom cell. My custom cell, yeah, that's correct. Okay, now we can access our menu item label, and we can set its text to something. Okay, so for our very first item, menu item, should be called main, and the second one should be called about. So we will do that, and I will access my menu items, and I will get the row item from index path. Okay, so this one should work. Oh, and we need to return, because this function returns table cell, I will return my cell. And before I do that, I'll just quickly double check that this reusable identifier, this identifier, my cell, is correct. So I will go to my view controller, I'll select my cell again, and under the properties, attributes inspector, I will check that identifier is my cell. So everything is correct. I'll hide this. I'll hide this, and I will. Before running it, one very important cell. Before running it, for this delegates, for these protocols to work, and for table view respond, we need to do one more thing. Click on table view cell and hold control button, click, drag, and drop it to your left view controller button here, and then connect data source. And then do the same again for click, drag, and drop for delegate. Okay, so now the connections are established and we can run and see if our table view is working. Okay, here we go. We have our table view and we have our main and about menu items ready. I can tap on them, but nothing is happening because I did not implement that code yet. What I also see, this separator doesn't touch my age. I like it when it's actually touching. So I will select my table view, go into my right side panel, and under table view I have this separator, and then I'll choose custom, and the space from the left is set to 15. I'll set it to 0 and it should be looking better. Okay, so let's continue and make and implement a couple of more protocol functions to make this navigation menu work, and we can tap on them and switch between views. So I will open my assistant editor of left side view controller, and I will hold control and then command button and click on table view delegate. Open this protocol, and what I need, and I need did select, we'll search for it, did select route index path. Yes, I need this function to be implemented. It's an optional, but we need to implement it if we want to catch the tap on the cell. Okay, so basically what's going to happen when a user taps on this cell, this function will be triggered. But before we switch between views, we need to create this additional view. So let's go ahead and create this additional views, and I'll create them a little bit below. I will create one more, actually, only one. So that will be view, new view controller, and I will change the size of this view controller to 4-inch. I will let the top bar be visible. Yes, and I will put a label on it that was about. Sorry, I will change the text of the label to about, and let's change the title of oh, actually title doesn't matter, but we will identify it by this label. Okay, about. Now I'll reset constraints to make sure everything is looking good, and we will reset constraints here as well. Reset suggested constraints. Reset constraints to suggested. Okay, and we have view controller, but we don't have a Swift file for this view controller. So I'll go ahead and create new file, source code touch class, next, and that will be for about, oops, I'm sorry, subclass of view controller, about view controller, which is good. Next, create. Okay, now we have Swift file, and I'll go back to my main storyboard, select this about view, and under identity inspector, I will assign my custom class to it, about view controller. And what I will also do, I will put identity story RD to be just the same, about view controller. Okay, so now we can go, we have two views at least, which is central view controller and about, and we can switch between these two using our left side menu. So I will go to left side view controller, and we'll implement did_row index path. To help me identify which cell user tapped in the table view, I will use switch statement, and I have prepared a little piece of code to speed up the time of this video, and I'll copy and paste it here, and we'll walk you through what's going on. Okay, so when user taps on first cell, which is main, the case 0 will be triggered. And here what's going on is I access view controller, which has an identifier view controller, and then I wrap it into navigation controller, and then I use this navigation controller as my central view controller in navigation drawer. If you remember in video number 1, we have created our central view controller, which is the drawer itself in app delegate here. This is the code, and our drawer controller is called center controller. So we need to access this variable here, and that's why I instantiate app delegate. I go to app delegate center controller, and then that center controller has center view controller, which I need to set my newly created view controller. And in the case when user taps on cell number 2, which is going to be about, switch case with an index 1 will be called. And what's going on here, very similar code. I instantiate view controller with identifier called about view controller, and I cast it to about view controller, and then I wrap it into navigation controller, and through app delegate I set the central view controller of our navigation menu to this newly created about view controller. And the last thing that I need to do in each of these cases, I need to toggle the drawer side, the left side of it. So I toggle it in here, and I toggle it in here. Let me run this example, and we will see what's going on. Okay, so we have our app running. We have 2 items in our menu. When I tap on main, I go back to our central view, and when I tap on about, I go to about, and I can swipe, tap again, it closes, tap on main, so it works. The only difference between 2 views now is that our central view controller does have top left button and top right button to reveal our sides, and the about view doesn't have. But if you watch video number 1 where I create this interface for the central view controller and I add these 2 buttons, you will learn how to do it as well. Okay, so this is it for this example, and we have our navigation drawer working. I will include links to video number 1 and video number 2 in the description of both of these videos, and I will also publish the source code that I have here in my blog post on swiftdeveloperblog.com. If for some reason it doesn't work for you, please comment on the video below, and I will try to respond to you as soon as possible and see what I can do to help you out. One more thing I would like to mention, guys, is that if you would like to be notified about new video tutorials that I create, please go to my swiftdeveloperblog.com website, and on the right side here I have this little HTML form. Please leave your name and email and click on subscribe button, and you will be subscribed to my blog, and as soon as I publish a new video tutorial, you will be notified and will have a direct link and can watch it. Thank you, friends.